Hello my lovely fans, it's Vanessa here with a new video. Sorry it's been a little long, things have been a little bit hectic here living in the city. Anyway, this is my get to know me video, and I asked everyone on Facebook for their questions and I would answer them, and so I took the top questions and I have them here, so let's dive into it. The first question is from Emily, and she says, money aside, what medium would you want to work with? And what is your favorite piece you have made so far? Okay, so for the first part, what would I like to do? I would have to say polymer clay, just because it's something I've been interested in a while with, and I just see people making like these really cool dragons or like little cakes and just all kinds of really cute, cool things, and I'm like, I want to do that. And polymer clay is like relatively cheap, and it's just like the tools and everything to do it, and the time, I guess, if time wasn't such an issue and dedicating time to a new hobby, it's something I'll probably do in the future, but not anytime soon. But that's definitely what I want to try next. And the other part of our question, my favorite piece that I've made so far, probably the pentagram gemstone fall earrings, because they're just so elegant and so beautiful, and they're just so kind of magical and otherworldly in a sense, and they're one of the more fancy things I've made, and that's why they're my favorite. And that's the answer to those questions. Thanks for those great questions, Emily. Next question is from Lindsay, who is a dear friend, and she was my very first sale, so my love goes out to her forever and ever. And her question was, what got you started making such lovely and fun jewelry? I've always been a crafter. My mom was a very crafty person, still is, and so I kind of just got it from her. She didn't make jewelry, but I had collected beads and charms and whatnot for a long time, and so I just thought, may as well make something with it. And I always enjoyed making things for myself, because one, I didn't have the money to buy jewelry, and two, they didn't always have stuff that interested me anyway. And so this way I just made stuff for myself, and I made stuff for family and friends, and then I made so much stuff because it was a hobby that I just start selling it, because what am I going to do with 50 pairs of earrings? Even though I do have 50 pairs of earrings. Easy, if not more. I'm kind of a jewelry addict. I don't know. Next question is from Dara, and she asks, what was the first piece of jewelry you made for Cosmic Oddities? The first piece I ever made, I actually have it currently listed in the July sale, and it's these little white orbs with cute little flowers on them, and they're very dainty and cute. And I actually made 2 pairs, but my mom bought one, and that was the first thing I ever made. And it's kind of interesting that I still have at least 1 pair of them. Maybe I'll just end up keeping them for myself as a little token. Next question is from Sarah, and she says, do you ever find it hard running a business, and if so, do you have any useful tips to stay positive? This is a really good question, and to put it simply, running an Etsy business is a labor of love, or any business for that matter, because I'm a one-woman show. I'm the one making and coming up with the ideas and editing and photographing and listing, and it's a lot of work, especially promoting. Like, all the things I just listed are one thing, and promoting is like this whole other creation. And as fun as it is to get to know you guys and to show the world my stuff, it takes up a lot of time and a lot of energy to consistently get it out there. That's the hardest part, and it's not so much hard as time consuming, but things that can get you down is when you're in a stalemate with getting buys or purchases, and no one seems to be buying anything, and you're like, oh, maybe they don't like my stuff, maybe I'm not cut out with this, for this, and you get kind of stressed out about it. But to stay positive, at least if you're the one creating your items, if that's your business, it's just remember that you're making this out of love. It's a hobby. You enjoy doing it. Don't stress out over it. Just create what you create. Have it come from the heart, and just know that you're doing something you love, and someone out there is going to like your stuff and they're going to want to buy your stuff. So just stay positive and knowing that you're doing what you love. And the last question, well, she asked two, is from Elizabeth, and she says, what got you into creating your pieces? And are there any things that you wouldn't want to create? For the first part, I got into creating the pieces because, like I said earlier, I've always been a very crafty person, but what essentially got Cosmic Oddities started was I had been training in mixed martial arts for a year, which might surprise some people, but I was getting ready to actually fight, and I didn't want to go pro or anything like that. It was more just for myself. And towards the end of that year, I had a lot of pain in my knee when I was doing roundhouse drills. My knee would literally dislocate, and it was very painful, and I started wearing braces, but that didn't help as much. And you know, my trainer was like, take it easy and see, you know, if it would just heal on its own. And after about 2 weeks, I was like, it's not getting better. And so I made an appointment with my doctor and ran all their tests. And long story short, I have degenerate joint disease, and I wasn't able to fight. I wasn't able to train. Exercising in general is very difficult for me now. I have to watch my knees with what I do. I still work out, but not as hardcore as I used to. And so I got really, really depressed because I'd worked so hard for something, and it was kind of taken away from me from seemingly, you know, nothing in my control. So I just put myself in the crafting to keep my hands and my mind busy, and I was making so much that, like I said, I had to sell it because you can only give so much away and wear so much jewelry yourself. So that's how I came about having Cosmic Oddities, and that's what got me really creating my pieces. And the second part of her question, what wouldn't I want to create? Nothing really. I mean, I'm open to trying all forms of crafting, and I can't say that there's anything I wouldn't want to try or create. Even themes. I'm pretty much all over the place with themes because I have just a wide variety of interests, and I don't feel like conforming to one kind of label or interest. So, there's nothing I wouldn't try, I guess, to put it simply. But that's it for all the questions. I had a lot of fun answering them, and thank you all so much for putting in your questions. And if I get a whole bunch more, maybe I'll do another one of these videos. And with all that said, thank you again, and y'all have a nice day.